tugambe twagala eno background y'abajibata Bukenya bagala eri background bali mu showbiz ate oli ayagala kiri eri kyekiba kivaayo tulina badde eno mabega baagala kiri eri oyinza olowooza oba akola ki
But this is the best set so far I have seen in the World Barista Championships. So we should be very, very...
I don't know if my friend here Simon has already given you what the Africa Coffe Pack stands for. The Africa Coffe Pack stands for Black people, Black race, Black generation, to understand that they can be able to do their own and determine their own destiny, to be a better people, to make sure that our farmers can be able to get better value from their coffee. Of course, I'm very excited to see you as baristas, to be able to champion this cause and inspire more young people like you and change the world that we live in. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing, and we're supporting you. And I believe by tomorrow we will have the best barista champion, and lots of guests are coming. They will even understand what you're doing. I already have in the house a good friend of mine, Bebe Cool, who has come to join us and make sure support what Uganda is up to, what Uganda stands for, what Africa stands for. So being here, you're not here by mistake, you're here by design to make sure that you are the next change of the next generation of African people, African race, to get away from the raw material mentality that we've been having as a country, to ensure that out of the 460 billion coffee value around the world, that Uganda can at least be able to achieve only 5 billion. You have started that history. Clap for yourself. In a minute, I want to put your hands together, invite my friend to just say hello. I know I've ambushed him, but just say hello to you and then we will continue in our sorts of things that we're supposed to do. Thank you, Bebe Cool. Say hello to the hero.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The barista champions, if I'm not wrong. You guys are champion leaguing us. I'm happy to be here. As he has said, he has ambushed me, but this is my happiness to be here, say a word or two. I'm happy to be part of the coffee promotion process that we're going to do throughout for the good of the country, and I encourage every young person to take part or be part of it. I know I have a coffee barista in Dubai who I spoke to because they told me he's the best barista. That is Barista Timo. So whoever is recording this, please send this message to Barista Timo. I need all the baristas in Dubai to come back. We will get them capital in Uganda. We will position them in different places, and then we'll make sure that the message of coffee now begins. Bakadama bafebo naba abali weru abamanyi okola barista coffee tujja kubasaba bakomewo tubagulirewo barista shops ezo kubanga skill bagiyize eri kakati twagala bajje wano. Tujja kwaba twogera ebintu bingi, we'll be talking a lot, but for now I want to first of all thank the media team that has joined me from Kampala, all the media personalities abagenda okubeera wano until Sunday morning. Twagala buli kimu kye muba mukola mubuuze mwogere n'abantu abakolana ne coffee, tugenda kwetoola mu factory tulabe buli kimu. So nammwe abali eyo, all the media personalities who are out in Kampala or the rest of the parts of Uganda, please multiply this message and let's do coffee together. Thank you so much.
Sean Styles exclusive. Pay attention to details. Jobless in everything. You never can live with the kumu. John Onya? Media. Olabye obukadde. Olabye obukadde bukubonyabonya. Kandi
No, you tell me what you have seen, then I'll start from there.
Okay. Now, first and foremost, I'm very happy. Thank you for inviting me and allowing me to be part of the marathon, but not only the marathon. Being part of this project to promote it, to teach Ugandans, to expose it, to expose to the country what gold we have here in Ntungamo. So I was lucky that they took me through the process, the production, the machinery. It seems like people don't have an idea of what exactly is here. Yes. Because to install, first of all, to cut all these mountains and layer them and plan whether the landscaping, that must have been of course fact. But of course also building the rest of the family and then the installation. This seems to have been work in a long time. Because you can't achieve this in a very short time, even if it's not yet complete. But it is out of the 60%. So for me, I'm very happy that, and I've seen all the machinery has been tested. And then also the things that I've noticed that impressed me so much was 98% of all the workforce on the ground, from the road to here, is Ugandans. I actually counted only 3 foreigners, which means our people are getting the skill, which means our people are trusted. So, can you give us a brief understanding about the full project that is here?
First and foremost, Bebe, thank you for coming and accepting to be part of us.
Thank you.
We are, I always tell people we're in a war. And when you're in a war, you need friends. You need commitment of people to be with you.
Yes.
And this war is not a war by guns. The President Museveni and his comrades went to the war with guns. It's an economic war. It's a war to bring what brings to Africans. It's a war to bring what brings to Ugandans. For over 100 years, we've been growing coffee. And it's because we've really shifted. You can look over there. Oh, there's a sample there. That's a coffee grower. That guy is with the funny, but a rusted. This is what you can see. That rusted, before, when Brazil was hit by the frost. And then that's when some people had the prices hiked. But you can see from then, their life has not been able to change. And yet, you say coffee is the second traded commodity in the world after oil. Coffee is a $460 billion. Why is that our farmers, they are not happy?
Yes.
They are not getting... Exactly. When you go to London, to the US, all these places that you go to, you see people who are in coffee have better homes, better homesteads. They are staying better. They have comprehensive insurance. They have health insurance. They have medical insurance. They are living a better life. Why is Africa still living? I mean, this is evidence. Yes. So the idea is that can we change what we are seeing? Can we change the disorganization of homesteads and very small little towns into what we see where we travel? And how is this done? We must change the pockets and the economy of our people. When people have money in their pockets, you will tell them, can we do a one line of housing? They will understand that. When people do not have money, they will not understand what you're telling them. So this park is to bring restoration of African economy, which we call the Africa Renaissance. And the Africa Renaissance, we call it chapter 1, which is coffee. But it's going to spread to iron ore, to tin, to different resources that African people and Uganda had. So the inspiration in the park you see here, like you said, some people really don't understand what is happening here. Some of them have a good understanding. They think it's just a processing plant. Friends who are watching us, this is beyond just processing a plant. We're giving an experience to coffee lovers, to coffee takers, we're giving experience of coffee for Africa. Because Uganda is the origin of Robusta. We're giving Robusta.
Robusta coffee.
Yes, is the origin. Uganda is the origin.
Which is the most selling coffee
right now? It's Arabica. But Robusta is taking places.
Okay.
Arabica production is about 30%. Okay. Robusta is 70%. 70% of Robusta has been using as a blend all over the world. But Uganda is a unique country. That's why they say, Omanywa Uganda Bulungi. You hear people say that. It's a unique blend because it's highland Robusta. Where you are is 1870 meters above sea level. There is a Robusta of coffee. Like all those places you see, there is highland Robusta. What does it mean? The higher you go, the better the coffee.
The better the coffee.
So that taste, no one has it all over the world. And what about all of us? I see lots of young people. If you marketed coffee, this could be the gateway. I believe, not because I am pertaining this project, but I believe in the heart of my belief that if we marketed our coffee, not from how we've been marketing, we've been marketing raw material. We've been marketing raw beef. When you hear people say we're in London marketing coffee, sorry to say they're marketing shit. I mean, we're continuing.
I like that.
I'm sorry to say, to use that language, friend, but we're continuing to enslaving ourselves. How do you go to market coffee beans? I mean, you must have seen raw beans. Who will tell you that we don't come to buy your raw beans? They are the best. How can someone not? In any case, what are you marketing? You're marketing by a product which is not determined by you. Let me tell you, you need to know these things, friends and young people. There are two stock exchanges, one in London and one in New York. One in London is for Robusta. They determine your pricing. Because you're at a commodity level, or what you call that grid bean level. That market, you and I, even if we do what, as long as we're at a grid bean level, a young man who does math from Harvard is given an employment at the London Coffee Market Exchange to determine your price of your mother and your grandmother and your sister and your brother every day. We get to, like you see how the dollar, that's how your coffee is determined. This man sitting on that computer, he just did algorithm of mathematics very well. He has never even seen how a plant of coffee looks like. But he determines your price. How stupid are you, or how stupid am I to be determined? You know, guys, we're going to a farm just shortly. You'll see what we go through to raise a farm, to get where you want to have a cup of coffee. So we're saying, let's be fair to the world. let's be fair to our mothers, our grandparents who grew this coffee. That's why we're going to value addition. Value addition at the level of what you've seen is not determined by that market. That is a commodity market which is in London and New York. So as the park, as Inspire Africa, we want to go beyond that. And why we want to go beyond is not for any reason. It's for a reason to have a better value for our farmers. Please keep reminded of this. We are doing this because we would like our farmers to live a better life. Because they put a good cup of coffee on our table. Why not
And
be...
it's possible, it's not negotiable.
Yes.
I mean, you have the best, so you can get the best price. It's an economic war. We want better pockets.
Yes. So I'm sorry, African people, if you're shy about this, I am not. We must fight. We must be on the forefront of African economy. If you want to be shy, colleagues, me, I am not. And I've sacrificed my life. It is okay. But I want to be joined by you young people to know that this economy, we can fight it. The Americans fought it. Remember, do you know Africa was better than America in the 1900? They went and historized themselves and the Britain. You can see we all admire to be the other side. Can you imagine this weather, everything? We admire
The other side.
I think we can make a better place here. Number two, we're giving an experience outside the real coffee itself. An experience of sports. I know we young people and all of us, we like sports. When I was growing up, we used to run in a beach where we used oil to put light. You know oil? Old oil. Old oil, you know it?
Yeah.
3 years ago, I went to the same beach. The same thing was.
It's still happening.
Can you imagine? Same thing was. I think the generation to come, they need to aspire for better. They need to go when they have done their competition and they are going to practice, maybe do Olympics in London, wherever they are going. They know even at home it's the same standard. I think we need to inspire another generation of young people who should stop thinking small. We need to inspire friends, generations who should think big things beyond themselves. And to me, the inspiration about the park should be that we African people, you have said it. By the way, for your own information, I think this is the first project in Uganda that has taken a very short period of time because one is done by Uganda, it's under private sector.
Guys, I need that concentration back here. Don't take your photos. Manai, my guy. I wonder what you're going to write. I wonder what you're going to write if you're not listening.
You know, Gen Z's our attention span.
Yeah,
is very
that's
small.
why I keep reminding.
But also, let me tell you, our
It's
attention
good to listen because everyone comes up with their own message, the way you pass your message. But when you've heard the original message,
friends, let me say this to young people, I know, everything is disturbing us against us. TikTok and everything, that's why our lifespan, our attention to things has. But I want to encourage you, go read, go research, go ahead of yourselves and push yourselves to resist this enemy which is against our creativity and innovativeness and understanding. I just want you to encourage you that you go and say, no, I know this is happening, but I can shape my own path. So lastly, because I don't want to waste your time, this can be done here and sold in Amazon. This can be done here and sold on Amazon. This can be done here and sold anywhere all over the world. How is this going to be sold? That it's us Ugandans to first embrace this. Like he said, you know, some people somehow, unfortunately, have been able to tribalize this project that it's for Ntungamo. This is not a Ntungamo project, I can tell you. I can tell you, if you go around here, the spoken, widely used language is Luganda. The last time when the opposition leaders came here, and I heard that, I think someone said we corrupted them, like we gave them a bribe. That's shit, that's nonsense. Huh? Guys came here and realized something good was happening.
Yes.
There was a gentleman whom I've never met. It was my first meeting, called Honorable Tabamsi. While he was moving around, I think some people are working here from his constituency. They greeted him. When they greeted him, they said, say, no, you know, that kind of thinking. Then he realized in his mind that this is not about what has been put on social media. Everyone who has a skill is working here. In a short time, we'll have over 1,200 young people, professionals. These are biotech people, these are technology people, these are mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, food scientists. Ordinarily, young people who would study in Chambok Makere University, go on that plane, Saudi Arabia, get $300 per month. They're going to be earning $1,000 here. These are the young people we want to keep of dignity. When I was growing up, I realized people are going abroad where people are going for masters. You know, you remember? Professor so and so, someone has gone to study. Are we proud ourselves, young people, that we're exporting young people to Saudi Arabia? Are we proud of ourselves?
First of all, they go get the skill and then they get hired there. Instead of getting
No, the other ones even are meaning. The other ones, they call them Kadama or something? Kadama.
Yes.
Who go to do the normal jobs there. I don't think we want
To export.
that country. So what does this mean? That we have no choice. Tomorrow we have the Africa Business Forum. We're talking about industrialization, innovation, and industry. What are we pushing? Young people, join me. Join what? Let's push the government to give us more industry. Let's push the government to do more. You understand? I at times get an opportunity to listen to what young people are saying. Me, I want to go and riot with young people who are pushing government for more industry. You understand? Because this will solve our problem. This will solve the problem of President Museveni. President Museveni tries to support this kind of a project like this. Do you know how much he gets criticized, how much he gets fought, how much, like, he's a president, but the guy struggles. I do not know if you have seen anything. I don't know. It's you tell me.
Exactly.
I shouldn't talk about myself. You understand?
Exactly.
Why?
What the opposition is.
If you're seeing good, why does our president then gets a lot of? It means it's a mindset. It's a what? Mindset. So, Bebe, I want you to bring me young people willing to push government, President Museveni and everyone, for more industries. Because then we will know we'll solve the problem of our generation and the future to come.
Which is jobs, hence economic development.
But if we only get our TikTok, what do you call them? TikTok machine, and only criticize. I have seen people who criticize even without what? Information.
Yes.
Just far. You understand it? I think, Bebe, we have an opportunity, but also we have a responsibility to bring the young people on board to start understanding economic development, economic dispensation, of how worlds or different regions and countries have developed to be where they are. And if those young people have a better mentality, they are the next leaders, they are the next CEOs, they are the next musicians, they are the next big people in their way. But this mindset I'm seeing in Uganda, I can tell you, can you ask me the biggest challenge of an entrepreneur, or what happens if you have a project? What do you think the challenge is? He has said his mind criticism. Criticism. If you're developing any business, also yes, visibility. Capital. Taxes. Anyone else? Guys, there are a couple of challenges, and we know the traditional one: capital, land, labor. You understand? Those are the ones. But I want you to go and challenge yourselves. There is an hidden one which we don't talk about because it is not evidenced in our books of economics. It's not evidenced in our books of what? Of economics. It is the poor man's mentality, which you call jealous, which you call a dogo, which it's the biggest that is failing African people to move, but because it's not written, you understand, like it's not evidenced in these economic books, we have underrated it. And that's why I like Bobby Bebe Cool. When I talk to him, we must do things in unconventional ways. This is what we're trying to do. Yeah. And that's how we're going to be able to win. So welcome with me to the Africa Coffe Park. We're going to go to another project attached to this week, which is the Coffee Resort and Beach. We're also doing some big projects there. We hope that from tomorrow, which is the Africa Business Forum, the Coffee Marathon, Ugandans will understand that Bebe Cool, I don't know why I call him Bobby. Maybe they share. Bebe, that he was at the Africa Coffe Park, not Ntungamo. We want to demystify the Ntungamo issue. And guys, a couple of you have traveled. We are trying to put like a Mount Rushmore there. So you have Nyerere coming, you have Nelson Mandela coming. So don't take it up now because it's not yet finished. So you have all our African leaders that inspire us at the Belvedere. You go, if you've not been to Mount Rushmore, you can Google it. Those are things that we're trying to do. We're trying to create a park that when you come, you feel the experience of Uganda through coffee. Young people, allow me to say this. Coffee is your #1 product that will quickly, you know what you call low-hanging fruit? That will quickly bring the country into the space of tourism, investment. I mean, this coffee thing will bring Bezos here, will bring Bill Gates here. And when they reach here, what will they say? Oh, this country is nice or not nice. Maybe let me visit. You understand? It will bring tourism, coffee. You know, someone say, Uganda bought coffee, you know everything. Then when they come, they will go to his shop. They'll go to your business. So we are using it as a catch, a kanyebwa, isn't it? To push them. So what we are doing here is not for Nelson. You go in that small little town, there is no single room for the last 3 months. So people are getting shocked. How do we make business? How do we improve? How do we, you go to Ntungamo, there is a small other district town. We're going to be running from there. There are no rooms as we speak. Ishaka is full completely. Rukunjiri is full. So what is the project trying to bring? It's trying to bring money in people's progress. So it's no longer a Ntungamo project, it's no longer a Nelson project, it's no longer President Museveni's project, but it's a project for the people. And when you touch, I know all of you here, either your father, your mother, your grandparents, your sisters, somehow they are connected to Coffee, I can tell you. Somehow, you go back home, somehow they are connected to Coffee. So with those too many, a lot of prefer.
Does that explain why in all parts of Uganda there are factories here?
Why?
Does that explain why in all parts of Uganda the work has been made here?
Can I answer
the
that?
first thing?
Let me not even let him answer. does it matter where the factory is? What matters is it is in Uganda. That is what he was talking about. Stop tribalizing or choosing. If it is in, I mean, if you look now, cement is being produced in Ntungamo, Karamoja. Okay, so should we ask why is the cement factory in Toronto? It has been there for over 100 years. So let us encourage Ugandans not to look at those petty issues. What we are looking at is the project, not where it is produced from and why it is in I mean, the biggest number of hospitals are in Uganda. Why don't we ask why there are all the big schools and the big hospitals are in Uganda? So we should detest as Ugandans, as young people. I believe we should detest from that kind of thinking, that kind of talk. You want to be kept on that small level of talking. No, I want to hear you say you want to bring the machine that makes these cups. Yes. I don't want you to be talking about why the factory is in Ntungamo.
Thank you. Yes.
Ask a question.
Yes.
I like it. You emphasize African realizing.
Yeah.
You're recording the Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Yeah. The Barua Declaration of 1867, where he emphasizes the three problems of Africa,
yeah,
which is ignorance, poverty, and diseases. Now, when you look at such a project, and you're talking about African renaissance, a good thing when you look at Ugandan Africa, the renaissance was simple. Yes. And now, here, normally, as soon as this project started, the common casualty we always hear out is value addition. Yes. Now, when you talk of value addition, most of the people you hear about value addition is the finished product. Yes. But before you get to that finished product, yeah, what I would like to ask now, the factory is here. Yes. How are you working? Are you also working with an outgrower system? Where I'm asking that, remember the two problems, ignorance and poverty. Yeah. Some of the farmers that we have, they are working to get themselves out of poverty. And they are working in the coffee industry. Yeah. But mind you, now when you bring this, when you're talking about value addition, how is Inspire Africa working with those farmers to empower them with the knowledge to ensure that the value addition that we are talking about is not just about the finished product, but the value addition starts from.
Now, this is how it works. You know, in economics, it's about the demand and supply. The moment the demand is there, that's law of demand and supply. So what this value addition does in the first place, creates demand. If you have been exporting all of your raw materials, now we need the raw materials here. Now, that demand and supply, as we get more of these factories, by the way, this is nothing for your own information. This, even if we expanded it to do coffee at efficiency, it will do only 7 to 8% of Uganda's coffee. So this is nothing.
So we still need over.
So Uganda needs
10.
more 10 of these to work to the level you want to be. You need one in Masaka, one in Zombo, one in all those coffee growing areas. You understand? So what I wanted to start by saying, this is like a pilot to open our eyes. And Ugandans are asking you, don't allow this project to fail. If we fail on this project, it can take us another 40 years to wake up. I like to come back. So the other generation, they will come even to know, not to know even where to start from. Let's have all the learnings and make sure the project is successful. So, lastly, what you're asking, the value addition starts from that demand and supply. Number two, we have a very tough policy here. When we get your coffee, we remove our costs that we have used, pay you the right money at market price. When we take our coffee wherever we are selling it, Ghana, Nigeria, US, wherever, that profit that we make, we share it with you, the farmer. What are we creating? We want you, the farmer, from Zombo, from Ntungamo, from Rukunjiri Kanu, to say our coffee is on the American market. So,
which then brings in the issue of the quality. So because you're making good money, then you'll go backwards and use the good money to get the right quality, because if you have the best quality, then you earn even more.
And even you're saying, if by the time you start saying that Bebe Coffee, you see that pack there, Bebe Coffee is there, already you're proud.
Yes.
And you must keep the quality that you're talking about. We need to rush because I know. Let's go as we are moving. Yeah?
Okay, great. Bana, tewali njala, twende. Anije mwagala okugera temutawane no tebafumba yo. Tewali njala.
Stuart, bano bali mu machine. Bano basajja baffe babateekamu obuuma.
Ye kate wasuze mu nsiko. Ani antaddeko kasoke kaveeko gyakogera private.
And we've been having a problem with time.
Mukirire tugende.
Emotoka maji eyo.